hair is so plugged. Ah. Hey.
Hey.
It's VEDA day 3 and
What? Oh. Hi.
David's kind of taller than me, so we just spaced it out a little bit so that you can see both of us. Now I look wider than him. Okay, so anyway, today's holiday that we're choosing to celebrate is Corrupt Society Day, because one of the prompts on today's VEDA calendar is to talk about the news. We don't have any specific news story that we're going to talk about. The news generally tends to talk about corrupt society in general.
No comments.
No comments?
No comments.
Well, I'm not going to do this video by myself.
Well, I can't hear what you're saying.
I'm not going to do this video by myself. Well, as you can kind of maybe see, we're in Mexico. We're on my parents' roof. Mexico is a fairly corrupt country, I would have to say. A lot of under-the-table deals and whatnot. David, what?
Yeah, that's pretty much anywhere.
Anywhere?
Yeah.
So you think Mexico is not any more corrupt, generally speaking, than the United States? I'm not talking about the people, I'm talking about
like government stuff and all that?
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, what's the difference between all the big money that senators and Congress people and even the president get, campaign donations and stuff like that, just to pass certain laws or certain bills or whatever? It's just different kinds of people that are giving money to the politicians.
I guess what the difference is, regular, everyday Joe type of people. How do you say Joe in Spanish?
Juan.
That's John.
I know, but the Joe is
here,
a regular
Joe
Juan.
Is Juan. Okay, so it's the everyday regular Juan type of people that can, and that kind of have to pay people off in order to do life, I guess, kind of.
In the U.S., the corruption is just done by white-collar people instead of blue-collar people.
So, but there's also probably white-collar corruption here too, though, right?
Yeah, of course. The thing is, the white-collar people...
by default, you would have to admit it's probably more corrupt.
The level of poverty here is a lot lower than it is in the States.
Do you feel like the level of poverty and the extent of poverty affects the corruption of society?
I think so, yeah. Because a lot of these people have to basically scrap for anything.
Do you think that automatically makes them corrupt?
I think that what happens is they just kind of end up with or at a level of desperation.
If you go the other direction, the saying, absolute power corrupts absolutely, there's a lot of wealthy people that tend to become corrupt. I think corruption is not necessarily related to poverty. And I mean, okay, do we draw a line between corruption and crime? Corruption and violence, or corruption and...
I think there's a lot more crime and violence here. I would think, well, I don't know.
We don't really have any answers. Just a couple observations, if you can even call them observations. What are your thoughts on corruption in society? Who should we blame? I do feel like we're a little bit screwed with the kids that are coming up right now, so I feel sorry for our kids a bit for the future. But that's why we have this backup plan of like living in other countries. Mexico seems like an odd backup plan. Generally speaking, we
Hey, haven't you seen Revolution? Mexico's gonna be awesome. People from the U.S. are migrating into Mexico.
Oh, that's right. Revolution. Tables were turned. People were migrating. Migrating?
Yeah, immigrating.
Yeah, they're not birds. People were trying to get into Mexico as opposed to trying to get into the United States.
We just need to stay here then.
We'll just get in ahead of everybody else. See you tomorrow. Our kids wanted to say something. What do you want to say?